Hi, and welcome to XR for Work. This is the show where we explore the immersive, virtual, mixed, and augmented platforms designed for business and professional use. My name is Rick, and I'm your host here at XR for Work. Here at XR for Work, we have reviewed health and wellness apps in the past. We've taken a look at anatomy apps as well as CPR and first aid apps. And today, we're going to expand our scope and actually talk about an app designed to help improve our mental health and hygiene. Given our focus is on business and the professional world here, we understand that stress and pressure often go hand in hand with any career given the environments and the demands that we work with. And add on top of that the societal concerns and pressure, it all just adds fuel to the anxiety and stress we all already feel. So taking care of one's mental health is being recognized as important as taking care of one's physical health. Now, VR has become a great medium and platform for physical exercise, but it also is an excellent platform for the topic of meditation and mental health. So today we're going to be taking a look at ZenVR, a new app that's in the Oculus App Lab that doesn't just give you calming environments and music and sounds, but actually teaches you the practice of meditation so that you can apply it outside of the VR environment. Now, please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Leave us some feedback for content you'd like to see. Give us a follow here on YouTube. And with that, there's a lot to cover. So let's get started. Okay, so ZenVR is an app that's in the Oculus App Lab. And as you see the loop running on the right-hand side of your screen, it's an app that actually places you in a class where you are taught meditation. So it's important to distinguish this from, I think, a lot of other apps where you can be placed in meditative environments. But in this particular case, and I'm going to pause this right here, you actually practice and learn the art of meditation. So you have a learn mode where they take you through the actual steps and philosophies behind what you're learning. And then you have a practice mode where you go back into the app and you have shorter sections where you actually practice what you've learned in class. Now, let's talk a little bit about why we're covering this at VR for Work. Currently, there's a heightened awareness of mental health needs and hygienes. I think all of us going into a second and possibly a third year of a pandemic that kind of shows no end at this point, understand that our mental health is all being impacted. The stress, the anxiety, the tensions that go along with the uncertainty of today's world certainly leads to a deeper understanding of the mental health stressors we're all under. Now, meditation serves as a way to cope with stress, with anxiety, and with depression. Meditation helps address both physical issues, such as chronic conditions and pain, as well as helps calm the mental state that goes along with anxiety and depression. Also, ZenVR, while it's available for consumers, it's also targeted towards a corporate offering. And it fits in with enterprise health and fitness programs that can address mental health and well-being. Right now, resources are tough. Getting people together in one environment is tough and maybe not even a good idea. And so we're all being challenged with how do we address these issues in a resource smart way, but still give people the tools that they need to take advantage of these platforms. And ZenVR helps address that. So let me talk to you about my own personal journey with ZenVR. I have managed a chronic pain condition for a couple of decades now, and I had a major surgery just this past July to help address some of the underlying issues. I'm dealing even today with some of the complications from that surgery. So the surgery, of course, leads to a lot of physical discomfort, anxiety, and uncertainty. And I took up ZenVR as a tool to help address all these issues. So I'm coming to you very much as a user of the tool for my own personal needs in dealing with both physical discomfort and pain, as well as anxiety, and to fight off some depression. And so let's stop and listen to just a minute to the background behind ZenVR, because I found it interesting and I think you might also.
It's a big step to turn a project into a company. There's so much you have to learn that you don't learn doing academic research. ZenVR is a virtual reality meditation classroom. Our goal is to teach meditation beyond relaxation. So there's all these like meditation apps out there that give you like this 5-minute burst of, oh, here, have your daily dose of meditation for the day, but you're tied to that app. And our goal is to create like a classroom experience if you went to a real meditation class and learn how to meditate. Or when you talk about people meditating and you talk about research conducted with virtual realities, this word of presence, and it means totally different things in these different spaces, but the idea of teaching people to be present in a virtual space that invokes a sense of presence is something that kind of was always like really exciting and interesting. And I think the skills that we learned in the HCI program were really, really core to understanding how to conduct the right research, how to design something for a new technology, how to take like abstract ideas and apply them in like a concrete way. We spent a year researching meditation, how it's taught and how it's learned. We interviewed a whole bunch of Zen teachers, yoga teachers, counselors, just to see what is the process of teaching meditation like? What makes meditation difficult to learn? Why do people struggle with it? How do teachers teach it? We tried to bring that into a virtual reality classroom. So you put your VR headset on, you load up ZenVR, and you basically find yourself standing outside of this Zen hall. And you have this option to choose whether or not you want to take classes or you want to do a practice mode where you kind of review and meditate on your own. You'll find yourself sitting in a room with a virtual teacher who gives you instruction on a breathing technique, on posture, gives you a chance to practice meditation, and then we transition into a talk after that, which is kind of structured on how meditation is taught in a lot of like Buddhist settings. You have a meditation practice and then you have a Dharma talk afterwards, which kind of reinforces philosophies and ideas of how to take the feelings of meditation and the ideas behind that and apply it in your everyday life. Our long-term goal is for this to be something that can be deployed in a counseling center that's understaffed, whether it's at a school or a therapist's office that wants to teach meditation to their clients. So we see what we have as something that could sit in an office and supplement that practice for these counselors, or offer resources to people that come in and maybe they can't get an appointment because there's just not enough resources, but they can start to learn meditation on their own and maybe start to deal with some of their own stress and anxiety with the tools that we give them. Georgia Tech, it definitely made it possible for me to take this research and bring it into the real world.
And so you were hearing from Matt Galino, who is the founder and developer of ZenVR. Really nice guy. He's been very open, very communicative with me. They have a Discord page, but we'll get to that. So let's talk about what it is. So it's a VR app in the Oculus App Lab for training users in meditation techniques. Now, again, I keep wanting to call this out because, again, this is not just you're going to go sit on top of a mountain and enjoy the scenery, right? There is an actual talk at the beginning of class. There's a practice during the middle of class. And then, as Matt had said, there's a discussion at the end of class where actually some of your avatar classmates are asking the teacher questions. Yeah, it's very engaging. It was developed by a team from Georgia Tech as an extension of their master thesis project, places the user in a meditation dojo with an avatar instructor. The app consists of progressive levels of instruction. And so right now it consists of 4 lessons with 4 more coming. So when you buy into the program, and it is just a one-time purchase, so you're not going to be in a subscription where you're kind of caught paying each month. Over and over again. You buy it once and then you take the classes and go back in and practice as often as you want. You will spend as much time initially in the classroom and then practicing. Once you get comfortable, there are practice sessions, as I've mentioned, with time frames that you can select. You can go in for 5 minutes, you can go for 15 minutes if you want, and practice the various techniques. Like I said, the app presently comes with 4 lessons, and they're in the development for 4 more, pending the release in 2021. And Matt has lots of plans for extending this platform. And they have a very active and supportive Discord page. Okay, now we're going to jump in, and I'm going to give you a very quick tour of the app. And so when you come in, you go to the welcome screen, and you can actually move around this 3D environment. And again, it's ZenVR, right? It's a very zen, very peaceful, forest-like setting that you can move around. You can pick a spot if you want to look at the flowers, if you want to look over the pond and the waterfall. That's all here, but really kind of secondary to this just being your landing spot and kind of going in to the dojo for a lesson. And again, you can kind of move all around the dojo. You can't really go into the dojo before you've gone in for a lesson. So you can see me kind of trying to get up on the platforms, but not quite working until I go in for a lesson. So we'll go back over here to the landing spot, and we'll go ahead and select learn. So again, there's kind of 2 main choices here. You have learn and you have practice. If you go into learn, you'll get the introductory screens, and then you can see the 4 lessons here. And it kind of teaches you or explains to you what each lesson is about. Now, I will say, ever since I've been doing this, I've been much more present, much more aware of what's going on with myself and how to kind of get control of my discomfort or my anxiety at a given point by employing some of these techniques that I've actually learned here in the classroom.
It's the most comfortable to you. You're also welcome to simply call me teacher, or even just by my name, Kai. I've studied many years at various schools and monasteries, learning the ins and outs of meditation from my teachers, and now I'd like to share those with you. Take a moment now to just observe this new space around you. This is your sanctuary, your place to come once or twice a week to learn about meditation and practice it in a safe, calm setting to supplement and guide your personal practice. I'll be guiding you through a series of lessons on the practice of meditation. In each lesson, you'll learn, try out, and build on different meditation techniques with an emphasis on practices aimed at developing a calm, still mind.
Okay. And now next, that was kind of an example or a sample of one of the learning sessions that you go into. And now I'm going to bring up the practice session. Now here you can see that when I bring up the practice session, you get, you kind of check off that you've practiced the technique, the meditation, and the talk. So again, each class consists of going over a technique, giving you X number of minutes of the actual meditation technique that you practice, and then listening to the talk that your avatar instructor Kai is giving. So in this example, I'm going to actually pick the second class, and I'm going to do a 10-minute meditation on the technique that I was taught in that class, the 1-2 breathing. Then you pull that up and you start, and you're taken into the session.
Hello and welcome to today's practice session. Whether you're here to review material from previous lessons or to simply spend this time practicing meditation techniques in the dojo, I'm glad to have you with me, here in this place, and now, in this present moment. Now, let's begin. The meditation technique we're going to practice today is called 1-2 breath counting. The goal of this technique is simply to focus on your breathing, which acts as a natural metronome to keep your attention here in the present moment. To begin, simply count 1 as you inhale, and then 2 as you exhale. Let's try this a few times. Inhale. 1. Exhale. 2. Inhale. 1. Exhale. 2. The act of counting occupies your mind as opposed to letting it wander to random thoughts, and focuses your attention on your breath, allowing you to track it without trying to control it.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and stop there. That gives you a sense again of how ZenVR works, what you get out of being in a classroom setting and actually using the techniques outside of VR. So unlike kind of a physical, fit XR kind of program where you have to put the headset on to go do the exercise, the idea behind ZenVR is to use the VR as a primary tool for learning, but to learn techniques that you can do outside of VR when you need them. There's certainly going to be situations and timeframes where you're not going to be able to throw a headset on to go meditate or to kind of calm your mind down. And so the idea behind ZenVR is to teach you those techniques so that you can use them where and when you need them. So as always, we really appreciate you being here with us here at XR for Work. It's great to be back and starting to do some of these videos again. I hope you'll continue to join us. We've got lots of things planned, including revisiting a number of apps that we have done in the past more than a year ago. So much has changed so quickly in the XR and VR landscapes that there is a lot to talk about. So we appreciate you being here. And again, we hope you'll follow us here on YouTube. Come join us over in the Facebook community at the XR for Work community. Follow us on Twitter and go look us up on LinkedIn. So thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you in the metaverse. Bye now.